Hi, this is Books I've Known and Loved, and today I'll be talking about The Aeronaut Windlass by Jim Butcher. So, this is a fiction book. It's uh, it's not among my canon of absolutely necessary fiction books, but it is really one of my favorites, and I think it's maybe the what I consider the most underrated fiction book that I'm aware of. And it's a little hard to figure out why. I think one aspect is that it is quite different from the rest of Jim Butcher's work. So Jim Butcher, in both the Dresden Files and Codex Alera, writes these stories with a really heroic main character. And this is more of a multi-character series. And a really, in my opinion, a really well written one. There's a lot of it's a lot of believable stock characters. Um, with this just being the first of a series, they haven't been developed as much as I look forward to. And one of the things that's really cool about Jim Butcher's work is that he has these character progressions where a single character will really learn and grow in an extreme but still satisfying way. So a lot of authors, as their characters get more powerful, this is particularly a challenge in high fantasy, the stakes seem to get lower. Jim Butcher has really, both in Codex Alera and the Dresden Files, he really writes characters that get more powerful as they go on adventures and, complete that hero's journey. But um, the stakes still feel very high for those characters. And I expect we'll see something similar in the Aeronaut's Windlass, except that, or in the Cinderspire series, the Aeronaut's Windlass is book one, but the rest of the books aren't out yet. So my enjoyment of this book isn't based as much on the characters as on the world. I think that this may be the most beautiful fictional world that I've read. I would certainly put it up there with Tolkien's Middle-earth. There's, I think the technical term is aetherpunk. So there's flying airships and lots of crystals. Jim Butcher talks about the talking cat being what everyone enjoys the book series for, and the talking cat is a great character. It really, who feels really, when it's narrated from his viewpoint, it really feels like you're hearing a cat's inner monologue. But what I find best about this series, this book, and why I keep returning to it and really look forward to reading the next book in the series, is that it is just such a beautifully imagined world. You have humanity living in these huge black spires in mists with a hostile jungle where wild creatures will just eat you up if you set foot on the surface. So they fly around in these floating airships powered by crystals that run on etheric current. It's this amazing, like, Victorian futuristic sort of a setting. Um, and I really enjoy the visual imagery that I get when I read this book. And the action is also, it's quite a page turner. So that's my thoughts on the Aeronaut's Windlass. Like I said, it's a pity that it is so underrated. I think it is quite different from Jim Butcher's other works in that it is a multi-viewpoint series rather than a single viewpoint, a single main character who's clearly the hero. And I think Jim Butcher's readers aren't used to that. I certainly wasn't used to that coming from Codex Alera before reading The Aeronaut's Windlass, but I find this world just so well imagined, and I can't wait to see what these characters do next. So, highly recommend it.